Hey, what is up guys? It's Brendan here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the best budgeting apps that you can use to track and keep order in your finances when it comes to your personal finances. With all the different checking accounts, credit cards, savings accounts, it can be a total mess to keep track of things. So in this video here today, we're going to be going through the best budgeting apps and companies that you can use in order to keep better track of your personal finances. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at here in today's video. And of course, if you want to check out any of these budgeting apps, you can check out those links linked down below in the video description. Again, some of which are affiliate links, which can be a great way to help out and support the channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the best budgeting apps, which is something I regularly talk about here on the channel. And before we dive in, be sure to smash that like button, really helps out. And without further ado, first we're going to be taking a look at is this page here done in partnership with money.com, where we rank and put together a list of the best budgeting apps. Now, this is the most up-to-date list that we currently have of budgeting apps. And if you want to get access to this page here, it's going to be that first link down below in the video description. And kicking this list off here, of course, it's important to understand that staying on top of your finances can feel overwhelming, and budgeting apps promise to simplify your money management. But not all the apps deliver the same exact value, so it's important to cover a lot of them, and we've reviewed the top budgeting apps to help you find the best tools for tracking your spending, setting financial goals, and taking control of your finances. And taking a look here at our number one spot, our number one choice is Origin. Now, Origin is a financial app, and right now you can actually get your first year for only $1, available at the links in the video description. Again, some offers may be available, no longer available. Just depends on when you're watching this video as to if an offer is currently available. That's what they're offering. And then that does renew at $99 per year annually. You can cancel at any time. So just if you want to get started with them, again, you can get started with your first year for just $1. There are going to be some paid as well as free different budgeting apps in this list. So this is both a free and paid list. So do keep that in mind. Again, some of the better budgeting apps are typically going to be more paid tools. Some are free, at least have free options as well, which is nice that there are good options when it comes to free budgeting apps as well. So I just want to make that quick disclaimer. Again, some are paid, some are free. We'll go over the specifics here as well. But taking a look at Origin, they take our number one spot because they have a very personalized budget that you can get in just a few quick clicks. We'll take a look at what their website looks like in just a moment as well. You can easily access real-time spend tracking and net worth. You also have the ability to plan ahead with bill and subscription tracking, and you can share with a partner to manage money together at no extra cost. And right now they do also have a 7-day free trial plus 35% off your first year. So depending on what kind of deal you want to take advantage of, again, certain offers may be no longer available. Now, taking a look at their website for Origin, this is Origin Financial. Now, you're able to essentially use AI as sort of like a personal AI financial manager, and they have one as one of the best budgeting apps. And essentially what they do is they simplify your money, right? You're able to add all your accounts in to their app, and then they're able to use not only their AI insights tool, but they're also able to plot out your net worth and track pretty much everything when it comes to monitoring your spending on the per month, on the per day. You also can see your total budget, whether it be broken down by food, auto transport, everything else categories, as well as upcoming transactions for maybe some subscriptions you have. Maybe if you're paying for YouTube Premium watching this video, or if you have Spotify, DoorDash, or Apple TV, whatever that may look like, you can also cancel those subscriptions as well directly through their app. And you can, again, like their AI powered insights, you can ask different insights, like for this example, why am I overspending compared to month over month? Retirement questions, like if you're on track, success rates, rebalancing investments. So it is more than just a standard budgeting app. You're also getting some of the more retirement planning, investment insights type action inside this app as well. Again, with the net worth tracking. So it is more of a full financial picture than maybe some of the more basic bare bones budgeting apps that do exist out there, which we'll get into a couple of those. But a lot of that, these apps, including Origin, do cover a more wide scope view of your total personal financial picture. So you have investment performance, different types of allocations, right? If you're in stocks, international crypto, cash, and as well as any of the positions you may own if you do own individual stocks. So you also have kind of like a investment portfolio, net worth tracking, and then seeing where you're currently at based on their projections and forecasting. So that is pretty cool. They do also have those features as well as their, you can add partners for free. So you can add in partners if you're going to be managing money together. You can also do that here within their app. And they do have quite a lot just built in here. Again, this is Origin. Right now, it's just $1 for that first year. Again, a limited time offer. Again, that may or may no longer be available when you're watching this video, but you can get started today. Again, available at the links in the video description. Moving into number 2, we have is Empower. Now, I've covered Empower on many other videos here on the channel when we're looking at personal financial dashboards as well as retirement planning tools. Empower is kind of more of a mix of, yes, they have a budgeting tool inside Empower, but they also have more of those longer term retirement planning and more estate planning type tools that you might want out of more of an investment tracker. So I would say that they are a little bit different from regular budgeting apps, is that they do have the budgeting app features, but they also have more of the in-depth investment tracking for portfolios. Now, as you can see here, they offer, again, your finances anywhere on the desktop, tablet, or mobile, and they have one secure dashboard for all your accounts, so you can connect to all of them here. And now, like I said, they are built for 100K plus portfolios with tailored insights. Again, that's really where they shine the most for people who maybe have more complicated investments or maybe just larger portfolios. Maybe if you're closer to retirement, that's kind of where Empower steps in. Now, if you are looking at tracking spending, the nice thing about Empower is that they are actually a free tool. So they are completely free to use. So if you're looking for something free, then Empower could be a good option for you. They do have a more basic spending tracking as well as cash flow. You can also look at investments and more, and you can plan with their tools to grow your wealth. Again, I would say overall, Empower has, decent budgeting cash flow reports. They're all right, especially given that it's a free tool is pretty cool, but they do stand out better for the more investment insights side of things. If we take a look at Empower's website, as you can see, they have different products and services. You can see like I'm planning for a new home, a vacation, a dream car, more of those later stage things maybe in your life. You have assets and liabilities, so you can keep track of larger portfolios in here as more of the net worth tracking. I would say it's maybe better for that type of financial management type tool if that's what you're looking for, but they do also have the basic budgeting tools built in, and that's why I mentioned them in this list, and that's why they're in this list at number 2, because they are a free tool. So because it's a free option, that does put them quite high up there, just because a lot of people are looking for free tools, and that is a nice feature. They do allow you to track out your events and goals, and you can even see all your different accounts and really giving yourself a more of a financial dashboard. And then in terms of the actual budgeting tools, you can monitor your cash flow inside Empower and actually kind of see month to month how much you're spending and see where that lays out. But again, that's Empower, again, available at the links in the video description. If you do want to check them out, you can take pretty much all these tools for a test drive at least, kind of see for yourself exactly, if it makes sense for you or in your financial situation, if you like their app. Again, I recommend really trying a lot of these just to get a better idea as to what it maybe looks like for you. Again, you can see their tools. You can get started today. Again, if we take a look, this is their net worth tool. You have their portfolio tool. You can see like the cash flow management, so you can see how much comes in each month, and you do set the budgets, right? So you have a mortgage budget, grocery budget, travel budget, and you can see how that comes in. It plays into maybe a smaller picture in terms of their overall dashboard as to what they offer. Again, they have the retirement planning, net worth tracking is kind of more of a heavier feature, portfolio management, but again, cash flow budgeting still is a pretty nice piece in here. Again, it's available for free, so that's nice. Okay, you always like free. Moving in at number 3, we have is Rocket Money. Now, Rocket Money can help you actually negotiate lower bills for you. That's what they advertise a lot on the internet, but they also are a budgeting app. They're not just for canceling subscriptions and things, although they can do that, right? So they cancel unwanted subscriptions, but they also allow you to track your spending based on your categories, and they also have the ability to enable automatic savings according to your own rules, and they do have fees based on your actual savings. That's going to be for the more of the subscription cancellation side of things, if that's what you're interested in. But Rocket Money does actually have a full suite of budgeting platform, and you can track your accounts. So that's one of the nice things here. And Rocket Money also has a completely free version. So again, I know they advertise the cancel subscription thing for you, but honestly, I mean, in my opinion, like canceling subscriptions, that's something definitely you should be doing. But like, how do you not know that you have certain subscriptions is kind of beyond me. If you look at your credit card statement, you're gonna probably see that on there. But it is nice. It can be a nice feature, right? They cancel it for you. Boom, saves you some money right up front. But beyond that, they do actually have a full budgeting app, right? So you can stay on top of your bills, cancel things. But they do actually have a full budgeting app, right? So this is available here. You can check your different accounts. You can track and log your checking account, savings account. You can see your current spending for the month. And that also breaks down into different categories. Now, they do actually have a free version. But you do have to, when you're going through the sign up process, just make sure you slide the payment slider all the way to 0. And then that will give you it for free. So just as a little tip, sidebar there, otherwise they will charge you if you select the regular subscription price. They do have a free version. So you just slide the slider down to free, and there you go, you have the free version. So it's a little tip there, but that's something with Rocket Money. Again, they are a great app. I do recommend them to a lot of people, and they're pretty useful in terms of tracking the different categories. Again, especially in a free app where you're able to link all your accounts, link your credit cards, and see where your spending is every month. Again, and you get some easy visibility into the subscriptions too, which is kind of like a nice perk. But really, just the spending tracking is actually pretty good. You set a budget. You can see as well just overall spending. You don't even have to necessarily set a budget. You can just kind of see where your overall spending is, especially when you're managing multiple different accounts. It can be really useful breaking down those categories. Again, that's pretty much going to be something common you're going to see across all the budgeting apps in this video, but Rocket Money does do a pretty good job of that and making it pretty easy as well. Again, as you can see here, Rocket Money has saved members over $1 billion in counting. I guess that's maybe just from the subscriptions, but also just from being able to have better financial view of your money. So definitely recommend them. Moving in at number 4, we have is Piere. Now, Piere connects to all your accounts and automates your financial plan with AI. So kind of similar to Origin here. And they move money between accounts to optimize debt, savings, and cash flow. And they offer tools for budgeting, net worth tracking, and spending analysis. And they cover 99% of financial institutions in the US and Canada. And they analyze your full financial picture to create goal-driven plans. Now, Piere is a bit more of a full financial management tool. Again, in combination with AI, again, they're going to help you in terms of moving money around between accounts and, automatically investing things, maybe putting some idle cash to work, paying off a student loan. They're going to help you kind of stay on top of all these different accounts with the power of their AI tools inside their app. And that's a pretty nice feature in terms of something that's kind of stands out amongst a lot of the other apps. Now, they do have a subscription fee with their Plus, Piere Plus, right? Yo Piere. So if you look at the pricing, subscriptions, they do have a free version for up to 3 connected accounts. So if you do need more than that, you might want to look at some of the other apps in this list. But they do have a free version, at least with some budget management. If you just kind of maybe have only a couple accounts, if you mainly just have like a personal checking account, maybe one credit card that you put all your spending on, like a 2% Wells Fargo Active Cash or something like that, might not be too bad, right? You get the current net worth, current month reporting. Most people are going to have probably more than 3 accounts. So again, that's a little bit of a limitation here with this app, but if you do put everything just through a couple accounts, could be really good for you. If you are more of an account minimalist, if you don't have that many accounts, Piere might be a really good option for you since you can get it for free and get a lot of those insights on just those 3 accounts. But if you have more, you're probably going to need the more advanced plans, and then it is still pretty comparable to a lot of the other more advanced budgeting tools and platforms, even on the paid version. So that's something to consider, at least with Piere. Now, in terms of what the feature sets look like besides the AI tools, right, you can see you can kind of set these automated money moves between multiple different accounts. So you can pay accounts and auto invest, moving cash to maybe a savings account and paying off certain student loans. Again, this is things that you could set up yourself with certain automations yourself, but they're not necessarily going to be as smart driven in terms of those transfers. These are actually going to be more calculated based on what you should do. So it gives you more recommendation bases versus just like kind of arbitrary numbers that you come up with yourself. These are going to be more calculated based on percentages and based on their data points that they have as to like where you can really save money. So it kind of does some of the financial mental heavy lifting for you in terms of how to move the money, where to move the money, and then how aggressive or moderate they recommend you do that for paying off debts. As well. Again, that's really one of their biggest optimization tools here, is to paying down debts, paying off things early maybe, and just getting ahead on, you know, a lot of the different life things they have here with this is pretty trippy here. But yeah, again, that is Piere. Moving in at number 5, we have is WalletHub. Now, I've actually covered them on the channel before, but they allow you to have multiple budgeting templates to fit your style, and you can track and manage subscriptions easily, and they have $1 million in identity theft insurance included with their credit monitoring service. They also have custom debt payoff plans that show the fastest, smartest path to becoming debt-free. So we'll say that WalletHub, it does kind of stand out a little differently. They are very, very, very customizable. Considering their app, and you can see the income, expenses, spending based on different categories. It is a pretty decent app, again, because of how much customization you can do. You can really choose between even multiple different budgeting methods when it comes to like income, auto, transport, or really personalize it to your specific budgeting templates and from what you want out of it, right? You can set it to be custom to what you want. It's more of a customizable tool than maybe some of the other options in this list in terms of like even down to the icons and the naming of each of the different categories and what you categorize things as. They also do have a subscription manager to compete with Rocket Money, of course, so you can manage, track subscriptions, cancel them. You also have net worth tracker, although the net worth tracker for me doesn't necessarily, it's not always the most accurate necessarily unless you make sure you have all the accounts in there properly. They do sync accounts in there, but again, if you want to make sure you have everything in there properly for it to be accurate. That's honestly something that not necessarily just a gripe against WalletHub, but kind of a gripe against some of the other budgeting tools that want to say something's worth something and then it's not. It can be a little dodgy sometimes with those, but the budgeting, I will say, is really good here, especially with their trackers and transaction alerts. And they do also have pretty in-depth credit monitoring and credit analysis. That, you know, those types of things you're not necessarily going to see on other apps like Rocket Money or even Monarch Money I've talked a lot about on the channel, and Quicken Simplifi. So some of the multiple options that you would want more customizations, that's something that you're going to see inside WalletHub that you're not necessarily going to see inside some of the other ones. Same with more of the credit side of things, more of the credit monitoring, credit analysis. Those types of things, you know, monitoring, theft insurance, like all these types of features here are the types of things that you're not necessarily going to see across others. So if you do want the more in-depth credit analysis, credit monitoring, in addition to the more customizable budgets, then, you know, I would say WalletHub could be a good option for you. Moving on at number 6 in this list, and it's more of kind of like a 6ABC type option here because it's going to be multiple products from Quicken. As Quicken has a lot of different options here in the budgeting world. Now, Quicken, first we're going to be going through is the main Quicken Simplifi, right? That's their budgeting tool, is Quicken Simplifi. It's the first one we're going to be looking at. But they do have quite a few different options depending on who you are and what you need. Right, so for personal use, they have Quicken Simplifi, which is their built-in budgeting, spending plan, savings tools, and investment tracking, and they offer personalized insights to grow your net worth, and you can easily track and manage your full financial picture inside one place. They have been named Best Budgeting App by PC Mag. Take a look at Quicken Simplifi. Again, this is Quicken Simplifi. I mentioned them a lot here on the channel. This is their like personal budgeting platform, where you can track your goals. And I have a lot of friends who do like using this app. Now, it is a paid tool, although it is one of the cheaper paid tools if you're looking at the pricing. They do also have an annual discount, depending on when you're watching this video. Again, available at the links in the video description for that discount. But essentially, Quicken Simplifi, they allow you to build those spending plans, budget categories, and forecasting. I'll say it is pretty sleek and smooth inside the app overall compared to maybe some other ones might be more clunky. Again, a lot of apps have really come a long way over time. I'd say Quicken Simplifi is one of the sleeker, nicer ones just in terms of the overall UI and being able to set those goals, spending plans, and just how everything looks, right? So you can see where you're spending at automatically based on the categories each month. So you can really have more visibility into your spending, whether it be on, you know, groceries, restaurants, home, shopping, utility bills, gas, everything, right? You can also set up customized alerts. So if you're like, whoa, I had a large transaction or something, or a bill was paid, that's all going to be in here. Same with your spending report and predicted cash flow based on the month and when you get maybe your direct deposits and things like that. Again, they have like a little comparison tool here from Quicken Simplifi compared to Rocket Money and Monarch Money. So overall, Quicken Simplifi can be a good option. Again, they are one of the cheaper paid tools. If you're looking at paid tools, if you really want the more dynamic app, you're probably going to, especially for budgeting, you're probably going to need a paid tool if you're looking at more dynamic apps with more customization. If you don't necessarily need the customization, again, Rocket Money does have that completely free version if if that's what you want. But if you need more customization and tagging and all those kind of features, then I would say Quicken Simplifi can be a great option. Moving along, next in this list at number 7 is our LifeHub by Quicken. Again, this, like I said, it's 6A, B, C. This is kind of like 6B. We have is Quicken LifeHub, which is a secure platform to organize, protect, and share essential information. So this does kind of hand in hand go along with budgeting apps, is that there are things like your store IDs, insurance, medical records, and state information you can keep secure in one place, and they also allow you to share this with family, legal advisors, and financial planners. So in terms of what this looks like, right, this is their new Quicken LifeHub. It helps you keep track of will and trust, power of attorney, and these are really things that could be useful as you get older, things if maybe you're looking for where things need to be, maybe organizing things. This can be sort of a side piece to budgeting tools, and something that kind of helps you keep track of more of estate planning type tools. These are more like those once a year things, or maybe once a lifetime type things you get set up with. You can share access ultimately, and this is really good for people who are retiring, maybe looking for just keeping things safe. Again, this is a cheaper option. But it does keep everything all in one place, and you have shared access, and you can share logins, IDs. Again, you can connect this to other Quicken apps as well, but this is their Quicken LifeHub. So I just want to mention that here is kind of like a legal will and trust sort of side of things. This isn't like super related to budgeting, but it can be kind of adjacent to budgeting, and since we're talking about Quicken, figured I would also mention this one in this list. Moving on, next at number 8, or Quickens is sort of like the third option here, is if you're looking for things as a self-employed or small business owner. So for many people, budgeting and managing the personal finance and the business finances can be a little tricky, right? So with Quicken Business and Personal, you can manage business and personal finances in one place. So if you are a small business owner watching this video, which I know a lot of you guys on the channel are, this can be a good option for budgeting tools because it combines both business and personal, and it separates them, right? So you can manage both of them. It's not gonna, mish them together, but you can track them separately. So you can track income, expenses, tax deductions for your small business. With ease, you also have the ability to send invoices, receive payments, and run multiple businesses under one subscription. So this is sort of like an accounting software. It's more of a simple bookkeeping software in my opinion, but this is really all that a lot of people need, especially if you are running maybe a side hustle you also do, or maybe you are a small business owner. Again, you can run through here, track all your income, see your spending categories, and this is going to be good, again, made for people who wear all the hats, right? If you're wearing, secure for business and personal finances, so you can keep track of your business and your personal. So it kind of adds on. It's very similar to the regular Quicken Simplifi budgeting tool, but it's really then budgeting for personal plus business. So you get both in this tool if that's what you're looking for, which is definitely a good option for a lot of people. Again, it's going to make tax time less taxing, right? You can see your total income, deductible expenses, income after expenses. You can keep track of your cash flow, right? You got website hosting, invoices, things like that. So I really recommend this tool for a lot of people looking to keep track of their net income. Inside their business, you keep track of personal and business. Again, this is something that you're not going to necessarily have with like other accounting software like FreshBooks, Xero. Again, this is really more on the business and personal side, so it is nice that you get all that. inside this tool, and it kind of can be an alternative to maybe accounting or bookkeeping softwares in terms of keeping track of your business budgeting, in addition to your personal budgeting as well. So I figured I'd include this in this list. Moving on, last but not least, we have is Moneybot 5000. Now this one is kind of a funny name, but it does sync with 12,000 financial institutions for real-time updates. You can auto-categorize purchases to simplify budgeting and delivers detailed spending insights and search by vendor or category. And you have upcoming AI assistant answers for natural language spending questions, right? So all you have to do is click Get Started. This is available at the link in the video description, and it keeps track of all your accounts in one dashboard. And you just go through their little questionnaire, right? You click Get Started. You have the Moneybot, and it asks you a bunch of different questions as far as getting started and keeping track of your finances, right? How much do you think you spend on dining? This month, let's say like 100, 200. What category you spend the most on? Probably groceries to most people. Food delivery, maybe once. Monthly subscription costs, I don't know, maybe 25 to 50. You could save more. To travel, or I'll say travel. What percentage do you save? Okay, 30%. I don't know. And then boom, you got to just type in your email address. But they will give you some pretty nice insights. So again, feel free to go through. Again, if you click Visit Site and link in the video description, it'll take you right over to the bot. And then again, you can try it out and run those reports and see what things look like for you in your finances. So again, that pretty much rounds out this list here of some of the best budgeting apps today for keeping track of your money. Again, I do a lot of budgeting app videos, financial apps, and dashboards, reviews, and comparisons on this channel. So guys, if you found this video helpful, or if you want to get access to this page here, then be sure to check out that first link down below in the video description. Again, that will take you right over to this page here where you can get access to the best budgeting apps so you can stay on top of your personal finances and get a clearer view of your personal finances. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. Again, if you did, then be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Anyway guys, that's all for today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.